This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we summon the power of the ancients and cover DinoZaurs. So let me ask you something. Let me do a sales pitch to you. Okay, how would you feel about making a Beast Wars series that's got an anime twist?
Okay.
And is bad. How do you feel about that? Does it tickle your pickle?
I'm okay with it as long as we get ridiculous characters in it.
Okay.
We get stupid sound effects, bad CGI, and hopefully it's not going to cost too much.
What if I told you not only will we get bad CGI in this show, we will really poorly blend it with a 2D environment?
Oh, man, Andrew, this is my language. This sounds like it's going to be the best show for the next 300 years.
Oh, yeah. I surely wouldn't be just a 26 episode pump and dump to sell action figures. So,
of course not.
Of course not. Of course, we are covering DinoZaurs. This request comes from one of our Instagram followers, Seth. He said DinoZaurs is just one that he wanted to see covered, and he also has done the liberty of naming your new reoccurring segment for the week.
Ooh,
so when we get there, we will do it.
So first off, is it DinoZaurs or dinosaurs? I mean,
no, it's DinoZaurs.
DinoZaurs.
You gotta hit that Z.
Oof, okay.
You gotta hit it hard. You gotta hit it hard. So DinoZaurs, which not what it was called in Japan, which we will get to.
We will.
But before we get into anything else, let's review that theme song.
Let's hit it.
I'm not ashamed to admit that I like that.
I'm
not. Got Andrew, got a nice Offsprings vibe.
I knew you would. I was like, Andrew's going to love this.
It has been canonically known through this show and my personal life that I have objectively bad musical taste. To the point where people will, I'll get in someone's car, sometimes someone new, sometimes someone old, and they'll be like, "Hey, what do you want to listen to?" I'm like, "Just pick something. You're not gonna like whatever it is that I pick. So it'd be better if you just pick the music, and I'm just here. I'll enjoy it. I promise."
Yeah. You've always done that with me. I wouldn't say like you don't have bad musical taste, Andrew. You just have eccentric musical taste.
I could see that, but sometimes eccentric is a really, really nice word for bad.
Hey, you said that. I did not.
It's just like when we were all hanging out on your porch and this weird fucking song would come on and they were like, "Who the hell picked this?" I'm like, "I don't know. It wasn't me. I'm just gonna take myself off this this Spotify playlist thing. You don't have to worry about it anymore."
I don't know how this got mixed in though. This is on Link's bedroom playlist.
Yeah.
I don't know how that got
This
on
is
there.
Brazilian gym funk. Look, just let's not make this weird, okay?
No more questions, please.
No more questions. I'm off the fucking list. Just pick a goddamn song. So what do you give it? I give it like an 8, personally.
Honestly, I'm going to give this a 4 this week.
4? Jeez.
It's
I feel
too
worse.
It's too lame, in my opinion. It's trying too much. To me, it is just them saying,
you know what's
what
bad? It is trying too hard to appeal to a certain demographic, but it's like, I love it. So it reminds me of the Megas XLR theme song a lot. So
that one was fun, though.
Well, so was this one, Mr. fucking Snob. But
maybe because I just hate this show. Much.
It's also this theme song has a problem. Is it's supposed to be getting you jazzed for like a pretty terrible show. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about this show. How did this get made, Joel?
So, Andrew, would you be surprised to know that this show was made to sell toys?
No, not even. I can't even like improv it out. It's like there's no other reason for this toy to exist. This is definitely, I mean, I don't know how true this is. This is like tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. This was made because Beast Wars got popular. Because Bandai Namco is kind of known for like riding the coattails of popular things. Because I know that's who made this. I don't want to steal your thunder too much.
No.
But they made this show, and then they wanted to sell these toys.
Okay.
And they're all the like, what's that one production company that made Transmorphers and Titanic 2? They're that. I think it's not Blumhouse but that studio. This is that version of that studio. Because some poor grandmother, drunk uncle got tricked into buying DinoZaurs rather than Beast Wars. And Beast Wars was already a bad show, but people that we grew up with, they fucking love it. And I got a couple of theories as to why this didn't catch on either, but we will get into that a little later.
So Andrew, I was actually thinking about this today because you are completely right, man. I thought the same thing. This is just a copy of Beast Wars. And it is because the toy line that this is based off of didn't release in Japan until 1998. Beast Wars had been on and been a success at this point. So, shit. I was going to make a point and I lost my train of thought. I remember now. I remember. Here we go. Back in it. As I was watching this, I was thinking about you and what is it? The pharmacy toys?
Pharmacy toys.
This is the level they aimed for with these toys.
Oh, yeah. You starting out being sold at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
You don't even want to get to, you're not even trying to get to Toys R Us. You're just trying to get to the pharmacy.
We need to be in the pharmacy, the Dollar Generals, the Dollar Trees. That's where we belong.
That's where we need to be.
And I'm guessing that's where the toys ended up.
If Beast Wars was Cinnamon Toast Crunch, then these guys are Cinnamon Toast Munch. You know what I mean?
The bag cereal.
The bag cereal.
We all know that bag cereal. We know what that is.
When life is a little too hard, but your dad still wants you to have Crunch Berries, and he's just like, why does this cereal come in a bag? I think I knew a kid, or I knew a guy that he was on some hard times, and he would buy that bagged cereal, and he had an empty thing of Captain Crunch, and he would pour it in there, just so his kids like didn't know that they were in like a rough patch.
Hey, that's
it's a good idea to like, cause you don't want to tell your kids like, hey, we might have to live at the dump.
Look, we poor.
If things don't start picking up.
If I don't make it to my job in this video game, we can't eat.
Yeah. Well, kids, I had to sell your DinoZaurs. I sold the whole set, and I got approximately 50 cents. So we're going to have to live in assisted house living. Like, oh, fuck.
Get
some of that government cheese. But yeah, all right. So let's talk about this.
The original toy line was called DinoZone in Japan.
Right.
They changed the name when this show came over to America for better marketing, I guess.
Bad call. So you mentioned it yourself. DinoZone was created by Bandai and Sunrise. So Sunrise and Bandai had a team partnership to get this thing going off the ground. It originally, so it's pretty wild because there was actually originally a 5-episode completely 3D CGI OVA series that were made before the anime ever was made, and they was given out as promotionals inside the toys. Okay.
So
that seems better than making this.
Yeah, so really what they did, they put 4, because it was like 5 episodes long, they put 4 episodes in the toys, and then the 5th episode was a exclusive for Telev Magazine and Comic Born subscribers. So if you subscribe to those channels, then you got that 5th episode. Well, in 2000, Bandai then partnered with Saban Entertainment to bring the series to America, and this is where they changed the name. Sundai was going to produce the series, was going to have new character designs to sell to the American audience.
Sunrise is also known for Cowboy Bebop, by the way. So
Correct.
you went from Cowboy Bebop to the Power Rangers. What else has Saban Entertainment done? We've covered them.
I mean, Saban, they had their hands in a lot because they was more of a distribution.
Power Rangers.
Yep.
They just made. Yeah, they were like a Deke Entertainment for Japanese
they would just
television.
grab all these foreign properties, bring them over to America. Hey, they knocked it out on. They knocked it out on just a few of them, but when they knocked it out, they went big.
They were definitely a quantity over quality entertainment company.
Yep.
The more you get out, which makes their wins a lot less impressive.
Oh yeah. So finally, Saban, Sunrise, they got it all together. It aired in North America on Fox Kids on July 7th, 2000. You mentioned it, ran for 26 episodes and ended in December of that same year.
Has a real ending though.
Yeah. They
it's a 26 episode story that does no cliffhangers, which is nice. You don't really get that with this. I feel like it was an honest attempt of we know what we have. Very opposite of the Bubsy episode we covered last week, where it's like they knew what they had, and so they did exactly what they needed to do.
Yep.
And Bubsy was like, we really got something. So I respect them for that. And
I do too. But you know, if these toys would have blown up, in America, we would have had 5-6 seasons of this thing at least.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It'd have been the next Transformers, or it'd have been the next Beast Wars. They probably would have had a crossover. That's what would have happened.
Might have been pretty cool, maybe.
If you're into eye nausea, sure.
Yeah, the animation would have been horrible all around. But Andrew, hit us with the voice actors.
All right. So the voice cast for DinoZaurs is Bob Joles is Dr. Abbott, Jason Sapacik is Kaido, Michael Sorch is Dragozaur Army Forces, Wendy Lee is Dino Ichito, Phyllis Sampler is Reina, Doug Etholtz is Taki, Peter Lorre is Guard C, Kim Stratus is Dino Tyranno.
Oh, God. A lot of characters in this show.
Yeah, I picked like a random... It was randomized. That's why we got the Guard C guy. So I just kind of was random with it.
Hey, he gets a shout out.
Yeah, good on him. Bob Joles is J. Jonah Jameson in the 2018 to 2019 Spider-Man TV series.
Nice.
Jason Spacek is Wally West in Young Justice.
Okay.
Michael Sorch is Tar Monster in Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. He's also Senator Ron Davis in Resident Evil Degradation. Wendy Lee is Faye Valentine in Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh, Sunrise connection.
Phyllis Sampler is Toph Bei Fong in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Or no, The Legend of Korra, excuse me.
Oh, so she's old, Granny Toph.
She's old woman, Toph.
Oh,
Doug
Granny.
Earholtz is Vega in Street Fighter V.
Okay.
Peter Lorre is Leatherhead in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 to 2017.
All right.
That's the big crocodile character. And Kim Stratus is Jinxer in Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
So, really quick, do you think Leatherhead, you think he ever gets tired of that name? You ever think he's like, why do they keep calling me Leatherhead? I'm a crocodile. They could call me Croc.
Most Leatherhead, I think crocodile skin is tough like leather.
Yeah.
I think that's why they call him Leatherhead. But most of the time he's portrayed as being dumb. So
he has none of these emotions.
I don't think he really cares.
Probably doesn't.
Probably doesn't. So let's talk about DinoZaurs. I kind of want to cover the OVA as a bonus.
Oh,
which would be nice.
Like
just a treat for our Patreon subscribers.
I kind of watched the first episode of the OVA. I kind of skimmed through it. Could not, because the OVA is only in Japanese. No
subtitles.
No one cares who sub that thing. And dude, you have to at least watch the first OVA, because I swear the last 8 minutes of the OVA is just a catalog of their toys.
Ah, okay.
The toys look pretty cool.
Let's talk about the designs of the DinoZaurs. We have a Tyrannosaurus, a Brachiosaurus, a Triceratops, a saber-toothed tiger, a Stegosaurus, a mammoth, and a pterodactyl, making 6 of them. They are translucent plastic toys
with metal.
With metal.
Yeah.
They transform into knights. They're basically the Dinobots from the original Transformers, including a mammoth and a saber-toothed tiger. Let's go deeper into the design of these guys.
So the designs, like, they are terrible. Some of them are just absolutely terrible. You know the toys. Again, the Pharmacy Transformers, it was like 5 steps to transform these things.
Yeah.
It looks the exact same way in the cartoon. It looks like you do is like fold out their arms, pull down their like, dinosaur head to their chest, and then pull out their legs, and that's it.
I've always suspected that's why the Transformers stayed cars and planes and more mechanical like stuff, because there's a lot of wiggle room in how you can mold it between robot and vehicle.
Yeah.
But with animals, you've only got so many moving parts before you're like, this is no longer going to look like a bear when I'm done transforming it. And I think even the Beast Wars toys were that way. It was like, you twist this, you pull that, he's a robot, you do the opposite, and it's like 4 or 5 steps. Maybe that's why it's caught on, though. Maybe the vehicle ones were too complicated for your average child.
See, I was actually going to say the complete opposite. I felt like an 80-year-old man as a 10-year-old trying to transform some of those Beast Wars.
Really? I don't think I had any.
They were so complicated because, and I've thought a lot about this. I think original Transformers, their designs are very blocky. So it's easier to make things that fit into a block versus you've got a model of a cheetah with, bends and like, shoulder blades and stuff like that. So most of the Transformers, when you transformed them to the robot, there was all these like flimsy, like animal pieces that would have to snap back in when they transformed into the beast. So I think it got more complicated with Beast Wars.
Okay, I could see that. So I feel like one that's really worth mentioning is Dino Mammoth, because he has the single most ridiculous night look. The rest of them look like pretty okay.
Triceratops? Okay, he had the most ridiculous look, in my opinion.
What's the one who has their shield in front of their face?
That's the Triceratops.
Oh, that's the Triceratops.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Triceratops one is because the head's too big, so I guess they didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, so they literally just put like a visor right in front of his face.
Yeah, right in front of his face. So everything he looks at is neon green for the rest of his days. The simplest way, make the head of the Triceratops a shield. And then... Yeah, move it to the side.
Something.
I'm pretty sure there was a Beast Wars Transformer where they did that.
They probably did. I know, like Megatron. They literally.
Well, his left hand was a T-Rex head, and his right hand was a T-Rex tail.
Yeah, so. Like to me, they lazily was just like, oh, we don't know what to do with these pieces. Just make them the arms. He doesn't need appendages.
I did appreciate that the villains were dragons, though.
Yes,
I thought that was pretty neat. Except for the main villain, Diamond Ryugu. She was an Alkiosaurus. But
that's pretty cool.
Gigano Dragon was pretty cool. Drago Brachio. All of them had really like the Gigano Drago was probably my favorite out of all the villain designs, because he was like an ancient Chinese dragon. And like he had a really good that one was probably the one that had the most thought put into him for me, because it's like his one of his hands was his dragon head, and he had like a weapon that was his tail, and it's just like, why didn't you go to the drawing board and be like, this guy is your template? And I don't know.
They should maybe they used all of the creative power just on that one.
So let's talk about the story for a bit.
Okay, yep.
We have Diamond Ryugu. She needs life force from other planets.
Basically
we find
Galactus.
Yeah, she's Galactus. And she's giant. So,
yeah.
Also the only character not to get a toy. Probably because she was too big.
Yep.
And they knew no one would buy her. So, what they're getting a lot of lesser planets. And they talk about how they're like, we could go to a planet with more life, but the last time that happened, it was on Earth, and it was 65 million years ago, and you got your ass whooped so bad.
You're right. Do you really want to go back?
And then so they're like, she gets a little annoyed by that kind of comment. She's like, you know what? We're gonna go back to Earth, and they're asleep right now, so we got this.
It's only been 65 million years.
Yeah, I mean, that's... But this is when we're introduced to Kaido. His dad designed the newest dinosaur exhibit building, which, pretty good design.
Yep.
Has a little trilobite on top of it. Yep. And
the Dino Terrarium, I think is what they call it.
The Dinoarium.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Something dumb.
And so Kaido and his little brother come with his mom and his dad. And so Kaido's just invested in video games.
Mm-hmm. Playing Pokemon, it looks like.
He basically like dinosaur Pokemon.
Yeah, some cheap ripoff for Pokemon.
Then he touches the Dino Tyranno statue. And he's like, it moved. And it did. But they're like, you're fucking crazy. It didn't move. And so they try to go to the... They go to the like, the little minions that were also... They're all T-Rexes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the one that got sold the most.
Oh,
I don't think any of them... It was either them or Dino Tyranno. Because everybody wants a transforming Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, of course.
Let's be real here.
Top dog.
That's why with any of these dinosaur things, the T-Rex is always the leader, good or bad.
The alpha predator.
Yeah. The terrible lizard, they say. So anyway, the life force, it's tyrannical. I don't know. I don't know Latin or whatever language that is. Anywho, so they're just like, they make a lot of comments about climate change, which I thought was pretty odd for the year that the show came out. And they're like, don't they know that life force is limited? Why does the air smell so weird? It's like, oh, that's because they burn fossil fuel. And I'm like, huh.
So would we be burning their, like, I never understood.
No, the dragons don't care. But I feel like the dinosaurs would a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
But they were destined to protect Earth by the life force itself.
Ooh.
So they can turn into these knights that make them, that we have explained to get earlier, that they were horrifically designed. And so that's how we go. We team up with Kaido. We eventually meet Reina and Rick. And that we just adventures ensue. Different missions. That at one point the Triceratops and the saber-toothed tiger go visit like animals in Africa, and they're like, we're related. And of course they're animals, so they're like, they don't get it.
Like, what? Why are you speaking English?
Actually, I think the rhinos make Dino Tricera their king.
Oh, that's funny.
So, and then like basically it's just like they're trying to get the life force from the planet.
Yeah.
There's not like a mega refuge of it, so they got to get it like one reservoir at a time.
Okay, good.
Sometimes they stop them, sometimes they don't. Eventually they get like a big machine. The final episode is like a big machine. Diamond Ryogu like shows up. Sees what she looks like. She's enormous, and they end up saving the day. Obviously.
So what I'm hearing, Andrew, is basically what what has happened is a series of transforming good guys were asleep,
right,
since dinosaur times.
Mm-hmm.
And when some enemies came to, let's say, get the energy from the planet,
yes,
that's when the good guys woke up
uh-huh,
and started defending the energy of the planet.
Yeah, there are similar stories elsewhere.
Almost a one for shot.
Yeah, it's
one
almost
for one.
It's a little bit of a one for one. I will say, Kaido and the gang are a little bit more useful than the humans and Transformers.
Oh, they actually have a purpose.
Yeah, they have purpose. Like, they're not just sitting around. So the Dino Knights can only transform. They got to cool down.
Okay.
They spend most of their time as exhibits in a museum. But when it's time to fucking go, the team uses their dino daggers to activate them so they can save the day. But they have to hold on to the dino daggers. The humans do. Plus, they can actually fight with them. They're not just like props. Like
so kind of like a
and they're walkie talkies.
Kind of like a Power Rangers kind of thing. Gave the humans more.
It's a Power Rangers Transformers crossover, which if that hasn't happened yet in like IDW, it should.
I actually think it has, honestly.
I would not be surprised. I know they teamed up with Godzilla once.
Yeah, I need to see if it is and read that comic. They make some pretty good Transformers.
IDW has like all the properties. Okay, if you're a comic book person or you're thinking about getting into comic books and you're going to base it solely on nostalgia, IDW has literally every property you loved as a kid, and they do amazing work to where it's not grown worthy cash grabs. Like, there's real emotional stories to this. Yep. They do it with the Turtles, Ghostbusters, Transformers. Even the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog is miles above whatever they did with Archie. So I cannot recommend, if that's like your jam, like if you don't want to read about superheroes, you just want to read about properties that you're like, I know I like this.
Yeah.
So I want more of it. IDW is the way to go.
And thank God.
And we're not sponsored by them.
Yeah, thank God for them doing that too.
The way they do crossovers I think they also have Star Trek. The way they do crossovers, They did like 2 crossovers that I thought was pretty interesting. So they are not crossing over with each other, but they have like a same threat. So like they did one was like Ghostbusters, Transformers, Star Trek, and somebody else. But they all went through their own version of zombies.
Ooh.
But they never connected. And then another time they did it with like Eldritch monsters like Cthulhu and shit.
Oh,
it was just cool. Interesting how writers are just like, okay, it's Transformers, but there are zombies.
Yeah.
But we can go on. So, Joel, why wasn't this show successful? And I think I figured it out.
All right, hit me
with it. And then
I
think I figured out why these shows are successful. There's one female character in this show. She is not designed in a way that would, how should I say this? She is not designed in a way that would awaken you in a certain passion.
Oh, so they don't have the curvy.
They don't have they don't have the curvy woman character that makes you go, do I want to have sex with that robot?
Why am I feeling a tingling?
Beast Wars had it, and it's way more successful, and people love it. And it's the same shitty CGI that they used. But people wanted to bang that spider robot.
It was the metal boobs. That's it. I'm convinced. The metal boobs.
Yeah, that's why this show didn't take off. If that show had an RC or arachnophobia or whatever her name was, it's just something. You got it. Look, I think I'm starting to think it's like by design, like they know that they don't, you're like 8, like you get it, but you don't know why you get it. And then later on, you're a Rule 34 artist with no friends. I'm just saying, like, there's, I don't know. I think I'm on to something.
That's what you're saying. Sex sells.
Yeah, in a gross way, though. But
oh, no, it is gross, but it is funny looking back at my childhood. At all the cartoons that did that.
And I feel like animators have gotten away from that in a while. Like, there's not so many, like, oh my God, characters.
Bring back my sexy characters, damn it.
You know, this cartoon is really, it's got a lot of heart. It's got a lot of lessons, but I don't want to fuck one of them, so I'm not particularly interested.
It does nothing for my groin region, if you know
Tim,
what I'm saying.
Tim, I know you're new here at the data entry company, but I think we're going to have to schedule you a different lunchtime if this is the topics you want to talk about. No, I get it. That's what happened at my last job.
Yeah, I'll take the early lunch. Get out of everybody's way.
I mean, I could start eating in my car. Nah, we don't want you amongst the public while you eat.
Is it okay if I
where you?
Is it okay if while I eat at my desk silently I just draw some pictures? Is that okay?
No, absolutely not. I'm the head of HR. I'm just gonna go ahead and squash that now.
We've seen some of your drawings. They are disturbing.
buddy, we found your DeviantArt, and while we cannot fire you for it, we can warn you we know what you are. So, Joel, I think we're pretty good on DinoZaurs. It's time to move to your new reoccurring segment.
Who is this sponsored again by? Who gave us this suggestion?
Seth. We don't do last names on this show.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know how comfortable people are with that kind of thing. So, reviews that are Dino Knights and reviews that are DinoZaurs.
Oh, smashed it out of the pork, Seth. That was a good one.
I know. I couldn't have done it better myself.
I know, Andrew. Okay, Andrew. This week, DinoZaurs is coming in at a 6.6 out of 10.
Too high.
Yep. Hey, only 76 reviews, though.
Okay, that's all right.
That's it.
I feel like this was one you had to remember it and like it at the same time to come all the way to IMDb.
Yeah. So there were only 3 written reviews for this on IMDb. The youngest one is from 2007. All of the other ones are from like 2000.
Okay.
Before they even had a star rating system. So this is the very first review for this show from October 7th, 2000. Titled, A Series That Has Really Grown on Me. When this series first aired, I didn't give it a look. Don't know why. It just didn't look that good. Now I watch it all the time. Yes, it might say something about my IQ level, but I like it. Dino Tyranno is my favorite character. Nice blend of CGI and cell animation.
Untrue. You should have followed your first instincts. It is not a good blend of 2D and 3D animation. Do these people not have eyes?
Look, at first, I'm kind of that first person. Give them the benefit of the doubt. It's back from 2000. But then I remember, back in 2000, I hated this animation. I thought it was trash. So
when this animation style came out, I was not a fan.
No, I didn't care about Beast Wars.
No, I hated Beast Wars. I get a ton of flack for it too.
You didn't miss
except
out,
for you,
man.
which is probably why we started this show together.
Dude, look, I'm going to go on my rant about Beast Wars. Anyone that talks,
we did it in your the Beast Wars episode.
Anyone that talks about how great Beast Wars is, The fact is, Beast Wars does not keep up with the original, the original world that Transformers was building, because they said Unicron had killed Starscream. Unicron did not kill Starscream. Galvatron did. So they didn't even want to mention Galvatron, because then that's going to throw in some kink to the overall story of Megatron and the Decepticons. Idiotic.
Google Transformers kink right now, listener. I'm almost sure you'll be pleased. But I believe that wraps up DinoZaurs. Any closing thoughts, Joel?
Don't watch it. Just if you really want to see how bad it is, just look up clips or even the intro, and that'll do enough.
You can find it all on YouTube, though, and I say, if you love Beast Wars, maybe give it a shot. If you're like us and didn't like Beast Wars, this isn't for you. And if you think the 2D to 3D blend was as seamless as they say, you're out of your mind.
Yep. And I'm sorry, Seth, if you love this show.
Oh, yeah.
We just dumped on it. But hey, don't worry. There's better shows out there.
If you're a fan of Cartoon Dumpster Dive and you make a request, you got a 50-50 shot of what's going to happen.
You ever feel like people give us suggestions like, I'm going to find that one that these guys like?
No, I do know there's one where we had a request once where they were like, tear this motherfucker apart. And I was like, you know what? This one goes out to you, buddy.
We'll shred it.
Oh, it was the day my butt went psycho. They're like, I hated this show, and I really want to listen to you guys rip it apart.
That show was terrible.
But if you would like to support this show, you can go to patreon.com/cartoondd. There we have a $5 tier that gets you bonus episodes, extended audio episodes, stickers and pins mailed to your door, and access to our Discord. If you would like to send a request into the show, you can go to cartoondumpsterdive.com. And we also have a link to our store there. Buy a shirt. Or don't. I don't know. We have an X handle, CartoonDD. We are Cartoon Dumpster Dive on all social media. And as always, we appreciate a 5-star review on any of the podcasting platforms of your choice. If you have Spotify, answer those questions. I really like reading them. And we hope you have a great rest of the week, powered by the ancients. Have a good one.
See you. We are going to pump you up.
This has been a Lug Hole Podcast.